And who is that?
Terence Crawford. That's it. You know, I'm 41-0 for a reason. You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes.
Our job is to line it up. And us fighters, we're warriors. We always want to fight the best.
Floyd Mayweather has issued a warning to Terence Crawford amid ongoing debates about who would win between them. Mayweather made it clear that this is more of a caution, saying Crawford could be chasing something that may never happen. That Crawford might be chasing a ghost, referring to the version of Mayweather who dominated boxing and retired on his own terms. Mayweather emphasized that he won't allow anyone to rewrite his legacy.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Floyd Mayweather told Shakur Stevenson that boxing isn't just about who is stronger right now. It's about who controlled the ring when it truly mattered. He added that for Terence Crawford, now being in his mid-30s, it's too late to request a fight that could have made the biggest impact earlier in his career.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, no.
During a heated discussion on Stephen A. Smith's platform, Floyd Mayweather faced Terence Crawford in a rare back-and-forth that grabbed the boxing world's attention. Mayweather stayed calm, but his words carried weight. He basically told Crawford, "You can beat anyone, even the fighters I never faced, but you won't rewrite my legacy." With this, Floyd highlighted his own era while also pointing out that Crawford arrived too late to compete with him in the ring.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose because now society has shaped things to where if a fighter lose, they talk so bad about, oh, he's a bum. I knew he was overrated. Y'all hyped him up, and now they gotta hear it. But back in the day, they didn't have social media. You know what I mean? So all that wasn't in their face.
This debate isn't just about two fighters talking. It's about fans, fighters, and analysts taking sides. Even current boxers like Ryan Garcia have joined in. During a recent segment on Inside the Ring, Garcia criticized Floyd Mayweather. When former NFL running back LaShawn McCoy said no one changed the game like Mayweather, Garcia interrupted, in a bad way. Garcia explained that Floyd didn't just dominate in the ring, he mastered timing. He accused Mayweather of picking fights when it suited him, often waiting until fighters like Pacquiao or Cotto were past their prime. According to Garcia, Floyd's success came more from smart matchmaking than facing opponents at their peak. Garcia argued this approach influenced boxing, with fighters after Mayweather focusing more on protecting their records than chasing the toughest battle.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
Max Kellerman shared his perspective on the debate, explaining why Terence Crawford might have a stronger case for legacy than Floyd Mayweather, depending on how you view it. Kellerman noted that Mayweather often picked and chose his fights, especially after leaving lightweight. Even though his resume is filled with big names, people remember he avoided certain opponents at key times. On the other hand, Crawford, though his resume may be thinner in some areas, consistently sought out every challenge. According to Kellerman, that willingness to fight anyone makes a lasting impression on fans and analysts.
Floyd versus Triple G. Listen, man, Floyd didn't fight him, and Floyd is an all-time great. But what a missed opportunity. You got Crawford going from 135 and talking about fighting Canelo at 168. It's kind of the same thing.
The debate comes down to resume versus intent. Floyd Mayweather's resume is full of big names: De La Hoya, Pacquiao, Cotto, Hatton, Marquez, Mosley, Gotti, Corrales, and more. However, critics like Ryan Garcia and Max Kellerman argue that timing reduced the impact of these wins. By 2015, Pacquiao was older and slower. Mosley was 38 after a long break. Cotto had taken heavy punishment, and Canelo was forced into a catchweight at just 23. While Mayweather won all these fights, critics say there's always an asterisk when evaluating his legacy.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. you know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, you know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy.
On the other hand, Terence Crawford's list of opponents may not be as long, but his approach was different. He didn't care about timing. He fought tough opponents head-on. He faced Shawn Porter when Porter was still a dangerous fighter, defeated Errol Spence Jr. at 35, and surprised everyone by beating Canelo Alvarez at super middleweight. Crawford's challenge wasn't avoiding fights, it was that promoters and networks often avoided him. As a high-risk, low-reward fighter under top rank, he spent years trying to get big fights that never happened. By the time he finally faced Spence, Crawford was already in his mid-30s.
We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or the speed or?
Terence Crawford is now 38, undefeated at 42 wins, holding undisputed titles across 3 weight divisions, with notable victories over Gamboa, Postal, Jeff Horn, Porter, Spence, and Alvarez. Compared to Floyd Mayweather's 50 wins, the numbers favor Floyd. 8 fewer wins may seem small, but in legacy discussions, every win matters. However, Crawford has an advantage Floyd never pursued, moving into a 6th weight class. If he drops to middleweight and captures a belt, he'll achieve something Mayweather never attempted. Floyd stopped at 154 pounds. While he made history there, he never chased 6 divisions. Crawford's ambition to continuously seek bigger challenges might be what shifts the legacy conversation.
Floyd had a lot of craft that mimicked some of the things that Sugar Ray did. So does Terence. And Terence is psychologically a latter-day Sugar Ray Robinson. He has the same kind of capacity to be charming and then in the next 30 seconds to turn on his fire. And that, I think, is part of what he's going to take into the ring against Canelo.
The timing of their careers adds an interesting angle. Terence Crawford won his first world title in 2014, just a year before Floyd Mayweather defeated Pacquiao and Andre Berto to finish his career. The overlap was brief, but it existed. If Floyd had continued fighting, a matchup might have been possible. By then, however, Mayweather was protecting his legacy, not seeking new challenges. On Stephen A. Smith's platform, Floyd made it clear, the fight could only have happened when the stakes and interest were highest. That time is gone, and Crawford's current wins don't retroactively bring Floyd back into the ring. Fans still love to imagine a Mayweather versus Crawford matchup. At 147 pounds, Floyd Mayweather was a defensive master, extremely hard to hit cleanly, and could wear opponents down round by round. He went 12-0 at welterweight between ages 28 and 38, dominating the division for a decade. At the same weight, Terence Crawford was more explosive, a switch hitter with finishing power and a natural aggressive streak. He went 8-0 in 5 years, often stopping opponents decisively. Crawford is taller, has longer reach, and offers more versatility in stance and style.
But were you surprised that, Crawford wasn't running from him? He was very confident that he could stand there and trade, a lot of times with Canelo.
Crawford fought a brilliant fight. He fought a brilliant fight. He stayed at the right range. He didn't engage with Canelo when Canelo was trying to get him to engage with him. And he took control of the fight. He did what he wanted to do.
In a hypothetical matchup, Terence Crawford's size and aggression would have challenged Floyd Mayweather's defense like very few opponents ever did. Some fans compare it to Paul Williams, a tall, high-volume welterweight who was considered a difficult matchup for Floyd, which is partly why that fight never happened. Add Crawford's adaptability and southpaw power, and it's easy to see why many believe Floyd might have finally faced real pressure to protect his undefeated record.
Since Bud's so strong, that's what I said. Why are you talking about 54? None of them dudes gonna get you up. If you truly beat Canelo, why not be the greatest fighter in the existence of boxing? Like, Bivol was the only dude to beat 2 undisputed active champions. Like, he beat Canelo as an undisputed champion, and he beat Better Beef as an undisputed champion. Bivol historically might go down as one of the greatest to ever do it. If you beat Bivol and you beat Canelo, I mean, Crawford might have surpassed TBE in.
Defenders of Floyd Mayweather highlight that his style was perfect for countering aggression. He wasn't just fast and slick, he was efficient. He didn't need to throw 70 punches. Landing the right 25 and making opponents miss 50 was enough. Against Terence Crawford, who can switch momentum mid-fight, Floyd might have used the same tactics he used to frustrate Canelo Alvarez in 2013 or stop Ricky Hatton's pressure in 2007. There's also the question of stage control. Floyd was the pay-per-view king, capable of commanding entire weekends. Crawford, even after beating Spence and Canelo, never reached that level of leverage. Floyd's advantage wasn't just skill, it was control over when, where, and how fights happened. But if this fight ever happens, who do you think would win? Share your thoughts and subscribe for more updates.